Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purple and a Rose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, I'm going to be going over all of the December astrology transits. We're going to talk about the two new moons in December and the Gemini full moon coming in about the middle of the month. I am going to read for the collective, and of course, I will offer some free and paid mini readings at the end. All right. So I do have a lot to share. I want to talk about my trip a little bit and tell you how much fun I had at Sandra's. But I'm going to go ahead and go through the transits just because we came in with plenty of time to do the live today. But unfortunately, I did not write out my script. So we're definitely winging it. Welcome, everyone. I see Vanessa and Michelle over on Facebook. And I'm having an issue with the YouTube chat. What is going on with that? I feel like that happened in our last live. Do you guys remember? So I have no YouTube chat. I do see you, Sandra. Thank you. Audio, picture, video. Yay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go over the transits together, you guys. We're going to go over them together. So normally what I do is I go over them by myself, and I interpret the different energies and how I feel that that may work out for us. But tonight, because I did just get home today, we're going to do it together. All right. So everything playing across the screen is going to tell you what we're talking about tonight. And we do have some change ups and some readings available, guys. So make sure to watch for that. And before I get started, I do want to mention the Etsy shop does have a new sale. We have started our cyber sale, so 30% off all readings in the Etsy shop. Links are always in the description box. All right, let's go over. I'm ready. All right, so let's start with December 1st. We have that Sagittarius moon. Now, we talked about the Sagittarius moon for November 30th as well, guys. It does depend, of course, where you're at in the world. And it was, I believe, early morning for the on the 1st for me where I'm located. So you're going to experience a couple different energies on the 1st. We do have that Sagittarius new moon, but before I even get started with all of these, I want to point out, I want you to pay attention to how many times we talk about Mercury. Mercury is going to come up several times tonight, and you're going to see it and like kind of impacting all these transits. Now, I know that Mercury goes direct on that Gemini full moon on the 15th, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. But this energy, I feel like because it's in the shadow periods, after the retrograde, we're definitely experiencing it almost every single day of the month of December. So just kind of pay attention to how many times you hear me talk about Mercury. And that is why I'm offering that Mercury interference reading that you see on your screen right there. All right, so Sagittarius new moon is going to be in Sagittarius. This is definitely an opportunity to expand and explore and experience life because that's all the Sagittarius energies. But again, because Mercury is also retrograde in Sagittarius at this time, you're going to revisit energies. You could revisit situations, you could revisit places, but you're going to be revisiting some energies with the Sagittarius new moon. And it definitely could cause you to like want to pick something back up. Again, that could just be an idea. Again, that could be a situation, a person, a place, anything, right? I also want to mention that on the 1st, you also have the moon in Sagittarius, and it's going to be conjunct, Mercury in Sagittarius. So I feel like it's just going to be a very busy time in the mind, right? In the mind. Mercury is all about the energy in the mind. All right, so let's keep going down. We have the 2nd. And guys, I will point out the hot dates. We do this from time to time. I would definitely circle the 1st as a hot date. And for those of us that are on this spiritual or this type of spiritual awakening journey, I add in these hot dates because a lot of times this is when we experience collective energies that deal with, again, this specific type of spiritual awakening journey. Guys, there's all kinds of different types of awakening journeys. There's trauma. Okay, it's trauma. Trauma is what I think causes awakenings. It's all different types of trauma. I know it's weird to think that a twin flame or like a person could cause trauma, but that's kind of what happens, right? And that's how come we're here having this type of spiritual awakening. But other people are having different types of awakenings. Like someone could have a bad car accident, and that could cause an awakening. Somebody could spend some time in jail, right? That could cause a spiritual awakening. Lots of different trauma experiences cause spiritual awakening. So the one that we're having here, hot date, definitely circle on your calendar, December 1st. And all that means is that you're going to experience this type of spiritual awakening collective energy on these days. It's very likely that you could experience these collective energies on these days. So again, of course, December 1st. All right, so Spirit did tell me I feel like to chill out on the hot dates because I feel like the astrology was getting so intense that I was almost, wanting to circle every single day as a hot date. But I feel like we're going to stick to the main energies that correlate with the moon. So, for example, the 1st of December, because that is going to be that Sagittarius new moon. All right, so on the 2nd, we have Venus in Capricorn, and it's going to be trine Uranus in Taurus. So Venus in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. It says this energy could be about meeting new people. You could be willing to expand your inner circle. And that's interesting because we've definitely been called, I feel, to cleanse that energy. And I feel like a lot of times when we're asked to remove people that are like stagnant or the energy is stagnant, it's definitely to make room for more like-minded people, right? So that could be something that you're experiencing with the Venus in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. Also on the 2nd, the moon will enter Capricorn. So you want to take time. This is definitely like hard work, long-term plans, and I feel like it's all about how you feel. This could be more of like a realistic approach to these types of energies. All right, so December 3rd, we have the moon in Capricorn, and it's going to be sextile Saturn in Pisces. All right, the moon in Capricorn. I feel like Saturn is going to make us all be focused. With the moon in Capricorn, you could be struggling to make sure that what you're focused on is leading you to where you actually want to go or where you want to be. So that's going to be December 3rd. I'm seeing everybody come in. Hi, Jenna. All right. And I'm going over these one by one. So we're doing them together, y'all. So if it sounds or feels slower, that's definitely the why. All right. So December 4th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius, and that's going to be opposite Jupiter and Gemini. I mean, I feel like this energy is definitely going to be energy where your thoughts or your mind tends to wander. I feel like it'll be a good time to take a break. Maybe not want to get into anything that requires too much focus on this day, December 4th. Mercury in Sagittarius, opposite Jupiter and Gemini. You also have the sun in Sagittarius. It's going to be square Saturn in Pisces. So I feel like this is a frustrated or irritated type of energy. You could be frustrated with lack of progress. You want to try not to like fixate on what's not working, but just focus on what is working because it's going to bring more of what is working, right? Also on the 4th, we have Venus in Capricorn, sextile Neptune in Pisces. This energy is about working with others and having compassion and empathy for others. Also, the moon will be entering Aquarius. That could be a day about getting like information that you're needing for plans, closing out certain plans. All right, on the 5th, we have the Sun in Sagittarius conjunct Mercury in Sagittarius. This could be really excited energy, making really excited plans. This energy that you kind of conjure on this day, the 5th, with the Sun in Sagittarius conjunct Mercury in Sagittarius, this could be energy that plays out within the next 2 months. All right, here we go. Another hot date. We have December 6th. Mars retrograde begins in Leo. Moving into Leo. um, so Mars retrograde goes until February, and I know I probably should have looked at the date and I didn't, but I want to say it's like middle to end of February. This energy could definitely cause us to be easily irritated, frustrated, grumpy is one of the words that's being used. Definitely important to have like a healthy coping outlet, somewhere where you can express these more aggressive energies. um, some of the advice, it says try to pick up old creative projects, hobbies, rekindle old flames, or reconnect with your heart in Leo. So the 6th, definitely a hot date with Mars retrograde in Leo. And then we also have Mercury in Sagittarius, where Saturn in Pisces. So again, with the Mercury in Sagittarius, where Saturn in Pisces. I feel like this is going to be energy where you're not going to want to be asked to do too much. You're not going to be like take too kindly to any type of demands. You're not going to want to overwhelm yourself on this day. All right, look at this. Directly following, we have Neptune going direct. So Neptune retrograde could definitely have given us some foggy brain type of energy. I feel like for the most part, collectively, it honestly was more about having really vivid dreams. And people that don't normally dream were dreaming, and then people that don't normally remember their dreams were remembering their dreams again pretty vividly, even if it was just like parts or portions. Um, so I feel like with Neptune going direct, you could be actually, I don't think that the dream world is going to calm down any whatsoever. But I think what's going to happen is you may be able to understand your dreams more. You may be able to even remember your dreams more. How many of you are keeping a dream journal? Tell me in the comments. How many of you are keeping a dream journal? And you don't have to have my dream journal, but I do have a dream journal that I have created that helps you interpret your dreams. I always keep the link for that in the description box as well. But I think right now, if you don't have a dream journal, you're kind of sensing that you need one, and you're sensing you need to write these things down. And if you do have a dream journal, you could be sensing that you're filling your dream journal pretty quickly. So I went to check my cells on the dream journal because I just got back from my vacation and I'm checking out my fundulation, right? And you guys are definitely ordering the dream journal. So it's like I feel like you're noticing that there's more, and you're noticing that they're easy to remember, and you're noticing that maybe they're even easier to understand. Santa says I need to start again. I have been writing mine down, but I will admit that I haven't been filling out like my dream journal. I've just been talking about it in my just regular, personal journal. and probably not getting to the nitty gritty of it. But I think it's just because it's been so many, and there's really just one that has been sticking out above all the other ones. We'll talk. I'll talk about it one day more. I think I talked about it, touched on it a little bit, but I don't know. I feel like your dreams are super personal, right? Especially when they're weird. So Michelle says, I really need to start one. I've had some doozies lately. Yes, I feel like we all have. That's going to be strong collective. So that was Neptune retrograde. And now that, like I said, Neptune is going direct, the fog clears. Maybe you're able to understand those dreams a little more. I do feel like they're directing us into, it's kind of like the subconscious directing your conscious mind, your intuition, or like your spiritual self where you need to go. I would definitely circle the seventh as a hard date. And we also have Venus entering Aquarius. So Venus entering Aquarius could be energy where you connect with friends or groups. Um, you could learn that your foundations of your relationships, of your friendships, you could be understanding the importance of these foundations. You could definitely be making changes, I think, to become closer to inner circle, like we seen earlier, adding to inner circle energy as well. I don't necessarily feel like we're going to be, I mean, I'm not going to say that. I mean, some of you may add to your inner circle, definitely. But I think for me, it's more about um, building a stronger foundation with the inner circle that I have currently. I think that's kind of where it's at for me. On the 7th, we have the Sun in Sagittarius opposite Jupiter and Gemini. This could be some lazy energy. You may want to avoid anything that requires too much work or focus on that day. And you also have the Moon entering Pisces. I feel like that's strong imagination type of energy and definitely could help you take off like different creative projects. On the 8th, you have the Moon in Pisces, sextile Uranus in Taurus. Hmm. This energy can be about something that needs to change in a work environment where maybe you're working more independently or just doing work situations differently. You also have the first quarter moon on the 8th in Pisces. It's talking about making quiet adjustments over the next few weeks with that energy. On the 9th, we have the moon entering Aries. I feel like we're about to see a lot of energy moving into Aries. All right, so on the 9th, the moon enters Aries, and this is going to be like I feel like a physical, emotional boost. It could help you stay busy, especially if it involves like physical energy or physical movement. The moon in Aries is going to be trying the Mars in Leo. So again, extra high boost of energy. It's going to help you kind of initiate or focus on whatever it is that you're working on. Also could help you find a different approach if you're feeling stuck in certain situations. So December 9th. Hi, Dream Sequa. All right, guys, December 10th, we have Moon in Aries trying the Sun in Sagittarius. I feel like that's more about self-care day, really expanding your, like how you pay attention to yourself, how you take care of yourself, how you make sure that you are comfortable. On the 11th, we have the moon entering Taurus. So this is going to be about improving your confidence, that type of energy, feeling more centered and secure. You're also going to have the moon in Taurus where that Mars in Leo. So that energy could be more about frustration, maybe needing to take a step back. So again, perfect day for self-care, spending some time alone. On the 12th, Venus in Aquarius, opposite Mars in Leo. So this could be about passionate relationships. It could be about wanting to be around other people. You could easily get annoyed with that energy as well. So you want to try to stay as positive and maybe channel the passionate energy in a more productive way. All right, on the 13th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius, sextile Venus in Aquarius. So I feel like this energy kind of opens up conversations. It's easier to find the right words. You can communicate in a different way than you normally do, but you're going to find it to be more effective. Also on the 13th, the moon is going to enter Gemini. Um, I think that's going to be about needing to open your mind and find different perspectives on maybe ideas that you've been trying to focus on, but maybe feel stuck or not sure like which direction to move next. On December 14th, Moon in Gemini conjunct Jupiter in Gemini. This is definitely more optimistic energy. You might try to fight this energy at first, but I feel like it's very possible or very probable that it will just kind of take over anything that you're trying to focus on. So it's going to be easier to pull the positives out on that day. I would circle the 14th as a hot date. All right, on December 15th, we have a lot of energy going on. December 15th, definitely a hot date. You would circle that on your calendar as well. You have Mercury going direct and the Gemini full moon. So let's talk about Mercury direct first because it is coming to an end. But guys, please remember we all feel these energies a little bit at different times, right? And of course, I feel like people always kind of forget the shadow periods. I feel like that sometimes can cause some confusion because you're like, Rosa, you said Mercury retrograde was over, and then you're still kind of experiencing these lingering energies. But it is coming to an end on the 15th, and it definitely can help you feel like you're starting to get back on track in certain situations. But with Mars retrograde, it may again, and it's kind of like what they call shadow period. It's going to feel like it's lingering. It's going to feel like Mercury retrograde could be taking a little bit longer. And again, this is going to be a perfect opportunity for you to help, for you to be able to find more optimistic or more positive energies to focus on. Also on the Gemini full moon day, you have the Gemini full moon, which is going to be about finalizing plans, connecting emotionally. Um, it could also be about being expressive and engaging with others. And I think with this energy, Gemini full moon, I think the thing that's going to stick out the most to us is we're going to start to realize how much our words matter. We're going to start to realize like how much meaning is behind our words, right? All right. December 16th, we have the moon in Cancer, trine Saturn in Pisces. Um, this could be about like working on or fine tuning any type of long term plan in order to be able to find progress in that situation. On the 17th, we have the moon in Cancer, trine Neptune in Pisces. Definitely a very imaginative day. You want to focus on maybe if you're especially focusing on manifestation, this is definitely going to be a day of visions, seeing certain visions or scenes in your mind. On the 18th, you have the sun in Sagittarius. It's going to be square Neptune in Pisces. So this energy can cause you to feel a little bit lower vibrational, a little bit slower moving. You might want to take some time to rest on this day, November 18th. All right, on the 19th, we have Venus in Aquarius. This is going to be trine Jupiter in Gemini. This is going to be about new experiences with loved ones. It definitely could give you an idea of where you're headed in certain situations or certain relationships. And luck could definitely be on your side on December 19th. On December 20th, the moon is going to enter Virgo. So this is going to be where you're going to focus on some details when it comes to things that you're trying to make progress in. The moon in Virgo is going to be square Mercury in Sagittarius. So again, this is the end of the month and Mercury is still affecting the energies, right? So you want to focus on projects or ideas that may be challenging for you. And it's going to be a time where you feel like you need to get control over your mind. On the 21st, we have the sun entering Capricorn. So happy birthday to all the Capricorns out there. The sun entering Capricorn is going to be ambition, progress, hard work, the goat climbing the mountain type of energy, right? And remember, Mars is retrograde. So again, the energy could feel a little bit more challenging at certain times. You may find it hard to keep pushing or like keep yourself motivated as you're going through this energy. You can definitely still make progress, right? Slow and steady always wins the race. On the 22nd, we have the moon entering Libra. So the moon in Libra is going to be, I think on the 22nd, it's 2 2. So I feel like it's going to be really important to pay attention to your emotions, how you feel about things, of course. But I think it's also going to be important that you really focus on just being around people that you like or that you enjoy being around on the 22nd, because the moon is in Libra, but it's also sextile Mars and Leo. So you could really have this like sudden urge to take some type of action on this day. Again, maybe a different or unusual action for you. And again, I feel like this is why it would be a lot easier to work with these energies if you're hanging around people you love, care about, don't cause you frustration. You don't have something that you maybe have been holding back or wanting to say. If you have been holding back or wanting to say something, the 22nd could definitely be a good day to get those energies out, right? It's also last quarter moon in Libra, last quarter moon. Um, it can definitely give you energy of feeling more balanced and serene when you let things go with the last quarter moon. On the 23rd, we have the moon in Libra. It's going to be trying Jupiter and Gemini. This is going to be about opening up to new experiences. What can you learn? How much knowledge can you attain? What stories do you have to tell? On the 24th, it's Jupiter and Gemini, square Saturn in Pisces. So this could be energy where you find it a little bit of a struggle to balance growth, expansion with responsibility. Um, All right, so Jupiter and Gemini square Saturn and Pisces could also show you some blocks that are getting in your way from being able to be successful or from being able to like push forward. All right, on the 25th, we have the moon entering Scorpio. Scorpio is always really intense and passionate energy. And honestly, with that energy on the 25th, you can pretty much put it wherever you want to focus that intenseness or passionate energy that comes from Scorpio. The moon's going to be in Scorpio. It's going to be sextile the sun in Capricorn. Do things for yourself on this day that make you feel healthy in positive ways. On the 26th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius opposite Jupiter and Gemini. That could be a struggle to have solid mental focus on that day. On the 27th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius, where Saturn in Pisces. I feel like this may be one of the more challenging days of December. Something that has been like limiting your thoughts becomes very clear to you. And then what happens is you're going to have to start to figure out a way to remove it. And I think it's one of those things with this energy, Mercury and Sagittarius, where Saturn and Pisces, Saturn is like pulling the rug out. So it's like something you've been trying to bury, not deal with, right? That type of thing. So the moon is also going to be entering Sagittarius. So you want to focus on big ideas, organizations, working on plans that cause you to take some type of action. On the 28th, we have Venus in Aquarius, where Uranus in Taurus. This could bring some challenges to relationships. People can just seem annoying on this day. You could have some unexpected situations with other people. You want to try to be flexible and avoid being impulsive on the 28th. On the 29th, we have the moon in Sagittarius. It's going to be sextile Venus in Aquarius. I think this is like where other people can be helpful at this time. You can make more progress or be more productive with more people, more help. And the moon's going to enter Capricorn. That's going to give you, I feel like, an energy where you're going to want to pay more attention to the direction that your life is going, and it's going to ask you to question yourself, like, is this the direction I want to keep going in? I feel like it's going to also start to bring in like New Year's type of energy, so you're going to start to wonder, like, is this what I'm going to be wanting to do in 2025? On the 30th, the moon is in Capricorn, so definitely take time to think about what you want to achieve. Focus on the best ways that you can make those things happen. And then, of course, we have the Capricorn new moon. Definitely circle the 30th as a hot date. With this Capricorn new moon, it's actually bringing two different energies with this placement. You're going to feel all of these like new energies about like new intent, new manifestations, new energies you want to focus on and bring in, New Year's resolutions, right? But it's also an energy of resolution. So it's like, it's also coming to closure about something, like finally ending something out, finally closing some type of chapter. So this is one of those new moons where it's like, yes, you're going to feel new moon energy, but you could also feel like this massive release of something. So yes, definitely circle the 30th as a hot date on your calendar. And then on the 31st, to round it up for December, we have the moon in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. On this day, you could focus on things that need to be changed. I feel like it's going to be a day where a lot of times it's hard for us to, it's like we may know that something needs to be changed or we need to do something a different way, but it's like, oh, we procrastinate, or like, we're so used to doing it this way. On the 31st could definitely be some energy that will allow you some new opportunities in changing something that you've been doing the same way for a long time. And that's going to be moon in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. All right, guys, that is going to be all the December astrology transits. Stop looking in the chat for just a moment. All right, I think I cleaned that up. So I hope everybody's had a chance to see our readings going across the screen. But I'm actually going to take the picture down so you guys can see. All right, let me know if we have a picture. Everything looks okay. Star Luba. Dark Wizard 70. Greetings to all you beautiful people. All right, here we go. All right, Michelle says, Sandra, Dream Sequel. I have Vanessa on Facebook for the list. You want me to do the list tonight? Yes, guys, we are doing free readings tonight. We should have some moderators on YouTube and Facebook. Michelle normally helps us over on Facebook. I know Sandra is with us. Dream Sequel, yes, I see it. I love it. Love it. Love it. I was wondering about the little moderator wrench. I didn't see it the other day when we were live, and I thought maybe something was wrong. All right, guys, so I'm going to go over all my stuff. So I got to go on vacation. As you guys know, I got to go to Missouri. I did not do a live, so if you guys are wondering, like, did we miss something? No, you guys didn't. I just really enjoyed my time with Sandra. It went by entirely too fast. I mean, I feel like we need, like a whole week or something, right? I feel like the weekend is just never enough. I did wait until Friday morning to drive down just because I feel like, thank you, Michelle. I feel like I don't know, I wanted to be more comfortable and I didn't want to be like tired end of the day type of thing, right? So I was like, we'll just go down, Friday morning. We'll get up super early, which we did. I feel like we planned for Mercury retrograde perfectly. We did hit some snags and did some delays, but we were an hour ahead. So I just kept telling myself I'm going to leave at 5, but really I already knew that I was leaving at 6. So when we actually left at 6, I was not like the least bit surprised, right? And we didn't forget anything because everything was double and triple checked. And I'll even say this. Are you guys ready for this? Um, Mercury retrograde is all about delays and causing like traffic snags and getting lost on the road and this type of thing. This is my third time going to visit Sandra in Missouri. And so we all decided, by the way, we're gonna say it out loud in a live, Sandra, ready? And we all decided that since it was my third time going to see Sandra, that Sandra's gonna come and see me next time. Remember, Sandra? We decided. But I just wanted her to come up here and see the lake, right? But we went down and saw her, and the first two times I went, there was some situations with like how we got there, and like what path or GPS or like whatever we went, and I feel like it always took like almost a whole day, and there was a lot of interstate driving, and I wasn't really a fan of going to Sandra, to be perfectly honest. But let me tell you what happened on this trip. On this trip, we went the way I think you were supposed to. I think the reason that something was always happening before is because there's this really old bridge that you have to go through when you're going to Sandra's house. And you guys remember, like, I used to have the worst anxiety and I could not go over bridges. I just hated it. Like, I would sit at my sister's because she was on the other side of Paducah and I didn't want to go over the Paducah Bridge, or the Metropolis Bridge, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I'll just stay here. Like, forget it. They'll have to come visit me, right? And that was like that for like a really long time. My anxiety was just like through the freaking roof. And then I had Kundalini activation. I went through some really deep purging of some really serious shit, right? And it's like, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I'm not going to say like, oh, I'm completely healed and I never experienced anxiety. Um, I don't. I don't know how to say that. I just don't. And it's like not only can I go over the bridges, but I can look and my heart's not racing. I don't feel like I'm out of breath. There's no elephant sitting on my chest. Life is so different. I can't even express the gratitude that is in my heart and the way that this journey has, or this awakening has like changed me and bettered my life. Like there's no words. I wish I could express it in a easier way so people could understand what the hell I'm trying to say. But yes, I went over the one of the scariest bridges that I think that in any other time, before Kundalini activation, I would have gotten out of that car and I was like, no, I would have been like, we're finding a different route, right? But no, totally went over it, eyes wide open, no fear, faith through the roof, and just I don't know, had a wonderful trip there. It was so scenic, it was beautiful, the Ozarks. I mean, I cannot express the trip there and how wonderful it was. And not only was it wonderful like that all the way down, it was wonderful like that all the way home. I just cannot express how easy the traveling was. Junior did an amazing job driving. He always does. But yes, it was just a beautiful, beautiful, much needed trip, and I'm so glad that we went, and I'm so glad that Mercury couldn't mess with us, right? And honestly, all that is preparation. Like I knew that this energy was in the works, right? And so I knew that I had to take like extra steps to make sure not to deal with that shit, right? I don't know why I keep cussing, but anyway. So that's what I wanted to share about my trip there. Now I gotta show you all the stuff that Sandra loaded me up with, because I swear I went down with 2 bags and I came back with 4 bags. Like I don't know how that happened. She does it to me every single time, but I did pick out some really cool pieces that I wanted to show everybody. But first, I'm going to start with Sherry's. Have we seen Sherry over on YouTube by chance yet? I hope so. I haven't seen her actually. I'm not seeing her over there. But I'm going to show you all anyway because I got this package before I went to Sandra's and I was just completely blown away by it. She actually sent me this cute little note, which says that she'd had this thing for several years, and it says that it was given to her by a random person and that she had never met before. And then she recently has moved, so she just got to where she was unpacking all her stuff and she found it again. And she was like, when she found it, she thought it had my name all over it. So she sent it to me, and right before, like literally right before we were getting in the car to go, I opened it and I was just completely blown away by it. Are you guys ready? So this was from Sherry, and it's one of those crosses, but with like the little glass pieces. I don't know what that's called. You know what I'm talking about, where you like melt it and you put it in the oven, and it, like crystallizes and turns into like glass, right? And it's got the roses on it, but it's purple, beautiful, wooden, old wood. Definitely has some pretty intense energy. Has a little thing where you can hang it. I haven't quite decided where I wanted to put it, but just beautiful, beautiful energy. Like whoever spent the time to make it, it just so impressed. So thank you, Sherry, for that. All right, and then here we go. You guys see my new little I don't even know what to call this table setup that Sandra made for me. I think this is probably going to be the thing that I like the most, right? That or the purple rose. Sandra, what was the thing called? I forget. Little ball, crystal. I don't know. I can't tell which one is really my favorite thing. She also made me a new little jar. But I love this because it shows the layout. So I made the reading that we use when we look at our divine masculine and our divine feminine energies. I created that when I was in my own dark night of the soul, right? And I was working my own healing journey. And it's not like I can't say I created that. Like spirit clearly guided me, and that's how we created it together. Um, but Sandra put all the placements on the board for me. So like if I'm ever traveling and I'm ever out somewhere, right, and I need to have somewhere to read my cards, I was like, oh my gosh, so perfect. One of my absolute favorite thing. Her artwork, I mean, just she made both jars for me, guys. The artwork itself is just so impressive. But here's even the cooler part. Ready? So here's the decks that she passed on to me. And so I have some really exciting news because um I got home, and so I have this box, right, that I keep all my cards in, and I'm supposed to be like pretty organized with my cards. I feel like sometimes I get in trouble when I am not, and I've probably lost like a few here and there, and that's probably why I'm getting in trouble. um, but so I have this box I have to keep them in, and so when I got home, I was like, oh, they're not gonna fit in the box, and so Spirit has informed me that the way to remedy that problem is to have a giveaway. So you know how we're making lists for readings for those of you that are participating tonight. I'm actually going to do a giveaway. I know you can see the romance angel cards there. We actually don't use them very often. It's a wonderful, beautiful deck. So tonight, anyone who participates, we're going to draw at the end. You know how we do with our little bowl and our names, and we dig the name out at the end and pick a winner. And I'm going to give away the romance angels today. So I'm just saying, if anybody has ever wanted them, tonight is definitely the night to participate, right? And I imagine that I'm going to have to do this now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 5 times. So for the next few weeks, just anticipate some oracle and tarot card giveaways, right? So I'm going to pass them on to you in hopes that, just like Sandra passed these on to me, that you will use them more often than I have been able to, right? And so I want to show you the cards that Sandra gifted me. So I actually didn't really look too closely at these until after I got home. The Yin Yang Oracle, totally perfect for the journey that we're on, right? These are Lilith Designs. We also have the Soul's Journey lesson cards by James Van Prague. We all know how much I love him. I definitely took a liking to this oracle set called Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Mosley. And then I also have the Barbary Zodiac Oracle. I'm not sure if I said that right. I haven't really got a chance to look at these yet. And the Shamanic Healing Oracle cards. I feel like I've looked at these four, but I still need to look at the zodiac ones. But we're actually going to use a couple of those tonight. And then I pulled out the Elemental Wisdom Tarot to clarify with tonight because Sandra gifted me these two. These actually, like, what do you think, Sandra? Like 2 years ago now, I feel like the Divine Wisdom. So yes, my gifts from Sandra, right? And then I have one last little thing that I want to talk about. We're actually going to light it together. So Sandra has sisters, right? We all know she actually has two sisters. Amanda is the sister that got our cabin ready for us this weekend. We had such a great time. It was such a beautiful cabin. We had one of those like jacuzzi type of things in our room, you know what I'm talking about? So it was like super, super fun, cool. The view was amazing. And the pillows, I just want to say to Amanda, the pillows on the bed we slept on, like that's probably, I need to know what brand that is because I was definitely like in this questionable moment between me and spirit when I was packing up because I wanted that pillow so freaking bad. But I slept so good on that pillow. So I got to find out what kind of pillow that is so I can go find me one. But Sandra also has another sister, Charity, and she's been making some candles and some wax melts and a couple of different things, but she gave me this sea salt and orchid candle. I have been dying to light it. The smell of it, you guys, I cannot express how wonderful this candle smells. So what I did was in the description box of my YouTube video, I'm not sure if it's over on my Facebook link or not. Facebook, unfortunately, really limits the text, but you can go over on my YouTube video for tonight's live and check in the description box, scroll all the way down to the bottom. I actually put her Facebook link in there. And then, of course, if you're in my private group, it's in the description of the post for tonight's live. And it just says Charity K, Candles and More. You can click on it. It's a Facebook group. Go straight to her Facebook and order your own candles. You guys, sea salt and orchid, it smells amazing. Amazing. All right. I think that is all the stuff that I wanted to talk about. I know that's a lot of talking, right? What snakes? What are you talking about? Oh, as a pet? OMG. I'm actually, I don't know. I feel like I wasn't really ever super scared of them. But I do feel like now maybe less so. Less. I guess the more, like the more, it's not even like knowledge of snakes. It's more about like what they represent. So it's like less fear, right? I want to know that too. Is it poisonous or is it just like safe? Yes, Michelle, definitely check out the candles. Absolutely. YouTube video, description box, scroll all the way down to the bottom. It was the easiest way I could make it. And you'll see it down there right before you get to all the tags. It says Charity K, Candles and More. Go check it out. And y'all, her and her man made us dinner Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday night. Um all I'm gonna say, like, there was all kinds of stuff. There was like ribs, there was deer meat. The deer meat was absolutely delicious. Of course the ribs were delicious, but here's what I remember that I'm so glad they gave us like the recipe and the how to. But they made these peppers that were like cream cheese and cheese filled peppers, um, with bacon wrapped around them. Oh my goodness, y'all. Oh my goodness. And the potato salad, like, have mercy. All right, I'm gonna stop talking about the peppers and potato salad. All right, so here's what I've decided. I think we're gonna use the Yin Yang Oracle. And I was able to go over these when I got home. So they are ready to go. And I don't think I'm going to get too detailed tonight because we also have I'm going to use the Vintage Wisdom Oracle as well. But we also have our December Twin Flame current energy reading coming up. I'm not exactly sure how this week is going to go, guys. I'm so busy this week. We have so many different sales that I need to get ready, get going. The Etsy sale is already started. I've called it the cyber sale. So it goes from today through, I believe, the end of the month. We could have done a Black Friday, but that just would have been one day. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I never am ready for the sale days. And I always wish like they were a little longer, right? So I just made it all the way through the month. It's actually, I want to say it's through until like the first week of December. And then we have another sale coming right around Christmas time as well. I need to get shorts, ads for that stuff done. On the 2nd, we're going to be having our next astrology class. So if you guys haven't signed up for that yet, you can do that over on our PLR website. Again, links for all that stuff, guys, is always going to be in the description box. All right, let's start masculine energy first. We have guilt and sabotage. Oh my gosh, and he's naked. And he's naked. Earth comes out, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's pretty specific. And confusion. Neptune, illusions. Neptune is fixing to go direct, so that could help ease some of that guilt. Okay, so I do sense the masculine and this more heavier, darker energy. I have to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, but I have to talk about it. Here we go. Ready? The moment I've seen this card, I hope you guys can see it clearly on there. Like, it looks like a naked man. I mean, you can't see none of his parts or nothing, but he's like bent over, holding his head. The card says guilt, shame. It looks like he's sitting in complete darkness. I read an article today, y'all. I read an article about my Conor McGregor. So I used to love to watch the UFC. I don't know if you guys watch UFC, probably not. I feel like when you have spiritual awakening, we have to start purging all this stuff, and it's like spirit doesn't allow us to watch this stuff. So it's like, even if you want to, I don't know. At least for me, like I want to, but it's like I know that I'm not supposed to. Like I can't I have to balance the energies, right? And I have to stay high vibrational. And it's like it definitely could be lower vibrational at times, right? Um, yeah, so I guess he was found guilty in some civil lawsuit that has to do with, people not consenting to certain things, right? Like, I don't want to get into a whole thing about it or like use certain words and all of a sudden YouTube's going to start yelling at me. Um, but it's weird to me because it's like this person that I looked up to and I thought, I mean, I knew this person's like whole story. I knew how like, he grew up poor, and I knew how he had worked really hard to like get, into these gyms and to like, get into the UFC and the all the work and physical, I don't know, just dedication that it took to get there. And I knew the story about his wife and how she was so by his side and worked however many jobs so that he could, train and all this stuff. And so it was like I was so glad to see them like make it, you know what I mean? When he started rolling in the millions, it was like, oh my gosh, so well deserved, right? And then all of a sudden you start hearing all these stories about um, not spending their money very wisely. You start hearing about drugs, of course, because that never goes away. You start hearing all these stories about him, like, getting into fights in pubs and all this kind of stuff. And it's just like you wanna, you know, blame it on like the haters. It's the haters just, are hating, that type of thing. You wanna like downplay it or downgrade it and be like, oh, it's not that bad, or it's not whatever. Um, I feel like the masculines are definitely in this stage of awakening where it's like not only are they having to be accountable, but they're having to be present. So it's like you have to stand here and face what you've done type of energy. Um, the rose colored glasses are sticking out. It's very possible that the masculine energy was wearing these glasses, right? To kind of see the world in a certain way. I just heard that phrase, the world is my oyster, right? And they may be getting a little bit of a reality check. That definitely could be what the earth energy represents or stands for, with that very grounded Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And then, of course, it's also very possible that it's a earth sign masculine energy. All right, let's look at the feminine energy. We have the water coming out, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We have celebration, gift, abundance. And we have ego, vanity, and pride. Um, so I feel like it's very possible. We're sensing a lot of water energy for the feminine. Um, I've been learning about the different signs. Like we know, like masculine. We always hear is Mars is a masculine energy, so Aries can definitely be a very strong masculine energy. Scorpio, a water sign, it's a nurturing, caretaker type of energy. It could be a strong feminine energy, which sometimes really shocks me. The abundance card, the celebration, the gifts. There's this energy of something that's cost something. This could be about your spiritual gifts, but I feel like there's some sacrifice here with the celebration, gifts, abundance card. And then the ego card comes. So if the ego card wasn't here, I would feel like there's an overflow of happiness. There's an overflow of gifts and abundance. But because the ego card is here, I feel like there's more of this energy of sacrifice when it comes to that card. And the ego card, vanity and pride, is just kind of telling me why there was sacrifice. So I mean, definitely vanity, we all know, is the card where You're focused on what someone may think. You're focused on what someone may think. I think for divine feminine, something that you may be learning this week, this month, right? All of December, is how similar we all are. How similar we all are, how we all deal with the same type of energies, how we're all trying to be good people and love one another in the best way we can with what we know, right? Like, I think for divine feminine, that could be some strong energies this week. And here's what I'm going to say for divine feminine. I wanted to point out all of that Mercury energy through the month of December. And I wanted to point out those readings that I was offering tonight, because December is going to be the month where the conversation that has to be had so that progress can be made, December is the month it's going to happen. And it is going to be because of that Mercury energy and the different aspects on the different days. December is the month where you find clarity and understanding in something that you've been looking at completely wrong. So I don't want to say a hard month. I feel like we've had harder months in 2024, but the Mercury energy is definitely going to play a role. And Mercury is all about the minds. It's all about perception, communication. All right, let's look at the bridging energy. All right, first one to come out is forming, structure, solid foundation. That's big confirmation, because remember I talked about that energy where in the month of December, you're going to feel this energy where you want to make sure that the foundation to the relationships that you're keeping are firm, are stable, are strong. We have comfort zone, south node, clinging. Get ready to get out of the comfort zone, right? Get ready to get out of the comfort zone. And if you're asking me, like, Rosa, why do I have to get out of my comfort zone? Look at the state of the world that we're in. Do you think God just comes down and saves us one day and takes away our fears and takes away our anxiety and saves us from the people that were literally sucking the life right out of us? Like, do you think God does that and there's no repayment? There's no, you know, you're saved from the deepest darkness of whatever hell you were in. Do you think God's just going to go, okay, I saved you, go about your merry way, have a great life, see you later? No, no, no. So yeah, if you're having a spiritual awakening, I feel like God's been playing with us a little bit, you know? Like, oh, wake up, have fun, manifesting some shit. But now the world is going to whatever and it's time to get to work. I mean, that's really, it's just, it is what it is, right? Venus offer. It's the unconditional love. It's the unconditional love. Get ready to get out of our comfort zone, offer unconditional love to those that we're building a strong foundation with. This is our bridging energy. This is what both masculine and feminine working on. And look at the twin flames on the bottom. I mean, I can't ask for anything more. I love these cards, Sandra. Thank you so much. All right. Let's clarify just a little. Do you see Ace of Pentacles on the bottom? Let's see what comes out for this masculine energy. Maybe feeling guilty about something. Maybe feeling like there was some type of self-sabotage. We have the Death card, Scorpio energy coming out, Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Massive transformation, gaining confidence to close something out, most likely the self-sabotage, right? Maybe feeling some type of shame, guilt, remorse because something's being brought to the surface to be purged, definitely. I see the Justice card on the bottom, strong Libra energy. It's like the scales are being balanced. Let's look at the feminine energy. We have the Emperor, Aries coming out. So it's interesting to me because we've seen the strong masculine energy here, and then we felt the strong feminine energy here. But we see this Queen of Wands energy coming over for the masculine, and now we see this Emperor energy coming over for the feminine. It's about taking control of something that has to do with your feelings, vanity, and pride when it comes to your own abilities to manifest abundance, your own abilities to use your gifts. All right, let's look at that bridging energy. 2 cards comes out. There's Page of Cups in the world, and I'm sorry needs to be offered, said, mentioned, something. Page of Cups, the world. So like an old chapter can close out, and so that something new can begin. There is a 5 of Cups on the bottom. A 5 of Cups is a lot of times like loss, grief, despair. It is still at this time in that energy. But I'm also picking up a little bit more of, it's not feeling as intense as 5 of Cups normally does. It's a little bit of like crying over spilt milk type of energy. Scorpio and Aries coming out strongly. All right, I'm going to do a little head, heart, and higher self. So now I'm using the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Let's start with the headspace for the masculine. We have hope. It's almost like she's praying for something. And I am seeing like the big fruit on the trees. So, I mean, that could be what they're hoping for. Praying for some type of abundance, something to come to fruition. I have divine timing in the heart space. That could be a message from divine feminine. I won't know until we get there. But I am seeing like the feather pen with the hand. So I'm going to say a big yes. Centering is going to be the higher self lesson. Kind of getting a synergy of like finding the balance. On the bottom, transition. So divine masculine could be going through some type of transition, some type of like balancing the energies out. I feel like they feel hopeful about something. I feel like the message from divine feminine has something to do with divine timing. All right, let's look at the divine feminine side. We have gentleness coming out in the headspace. I feel like this is more about being gentle with yourself. Intention is in the heart space, and that is going to be a message back and forth. So divine masculine is sending the message of intention. I feel like divine masculine wants to know divine feminine's intention, and divine feminine is saying something about divine timing. In the purity card, so big confirmation because I talked about the purging coming out. So higher self lesson for divine feminine. The power card is on the bottom. That is why we're purging, because we are stepping into this power. I I don't think I'm going to pull any more messages. I think I'm just going to go straight to guidance. And then we'll wrap it up and I will go check out our list. All right, I'm going to close our collective out with Power of Love. For Divine Feminine, I feel like you're entering some type of new contract. It almost looks like she's standing in some wedding dress. You're becoming committed to something else. I mean, it definitely could just be your own spiritual healing and growth. There's something about the white doves in the background that's sticking out to me. But there's this energy of needing to be gentle with yourself, especially in the mind space. So not talking harshly to yourself. Especially if you're going through some type of purging where it's like all these old emotions or old things that maybe you've swept under the rug are being brought back to the surface. All right, Power of Love activation, also by James Van Praagh. We have priorities. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. That's true. But I feel like a lot of us, our priorities are being, I don't know, rearranged, moved around. I feel like we're seeing why things shouldn't be a priority anymore and why other things do need to be a priority from now on. I think Spirit's also pointing out to us like the things that we're procrastinating on. It's like big illumination or like lights shining on those situations. I knew when I left, when we did our last live, what was it, Thursday? I knew when I did the live on Thursday that I had to be home in time to do the live for Sunday night. All right, we also have kindness, which we picked up with that Divine Feminine energy. It says, you're a humanitarian made of love, and you're able to share that energy with others. It's interesting coming out. It's going to fall on that Page of Cups. There's definitely this forgiveness energy. Definitely like an offer of apology. The compassion card is also here. It says, you demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. All right, guys, that's going to be your collective reading. I'm going to leave it right there. If the reading resonates, make sure to hit that thumbs up button for me. And I'm going to clean up really quickly, guys, and then we're going to check out those lists. Michelle says, I definitely see that around me. Now, is that the reading or the snake? No, I'm just kidding. Sandra, I'm loving these cards. It's weird how some cards are so easy. I don't know. And then some cards are like a little bit more. I feel like some cards are so direct and that's why they're easy. And some cards can have so many different meanings that maybe that's why they're a little more challenging. But the Vintage Wisdom Oracle and the Yin Yang Oracle, definitely my favorite. Yes, most definitely. All right, guys. I'm not sure if we're gonna do the elements this week because I am super busy and just trying to play catch up and get everything ready for our holiday sales. I think I'm gonna do an all 12 signs on Tuesday. I feel like that would just be a little easier just to get caught up this week. All right, let me grab pen and paper. All right. Vanessa on Facebook. Starluva on YouTube. Dream Sequa. Jenna. Sandra. Michelle. Who is Shan? Shan L. Is that gonna be the one? You know how every once in a while we have to do these lives for like one person. Maybe it's Shan L today. All right. So there's our cosmic influence reading. Let me get my little book. Vanessa's ready. Oh, come on. All right, so we're gonna be looking at a lot of different energies with the cosmic influences. I'm trying to decide which one I want to use, guys. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with the Soul's Journey. I did pull some tarot out just in case. All right, guys, I'm going to go through them pretty quickly. I don't know about you guys, but I had a fun weekend that requires a little more sleep. Oh, Sandra, I just want to point out the tea that was in those little packets is absolutely delicious. No sweetener needed whatsoever. All right, so Vanessa is first. Let's see what you're dealing with. Sagittarius new moon. Sagittarius new moon for Vanessa. And it is this energy of not these little ladybugs, y'all. These little, I guess, I don't know. Somebody told me they're a beetle. They just keep coming to visit me everywhere. I seen them at the cabin at Seniors. I was like, oh my gosh, at least it's not just me. They are everywhere. All right, Vanessa, Sagittarius new moon. What new opportunities are coming in that are going to bring expansion? In what area? We have the worry card coming out. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Sagittarius new moon. Are you a worry wart? Like, do you over worry? I don't feel like you're going to set intentions to worry. I think because it's Sagittarius energy, so it's like the house of spirit, higher learning, like traveling towards God, that energy, your faith could be growing with this Sagittarius new moon. And that could be causing you to have less worry. All right, let's look at the middle of the month, Gemini full moon. We have the honesty card. I can't always expect truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Gemini full moon, a little bit of two-face energy. So, I mean, I hate to say that, but, and it's very possible, like, most likely, if someone's not showing you their true self, that could be something that you've been worrying about. But Gemini full moon, you're definitely going to be able to, like, the masks are going to come off with Gemini full moon. So you're going to be able to see someone for like who they really are type of energy. And I think it's possible around this full moon time, Vanessa, like you're going to want to match that energy, and Spirit's going to give you this like two wrongs don't make a right type of thing. It's like you may be asked with a Gemini full moon to like step up instead of like, meet someone's energy, and you have to step up and like be the better person type of energy, because you want to be able to show them like what action they should have taken. That's kind of what I'm picking up there. All right, let's look at Capricorn new moon. Comes in on the 30th. I feel like this has a lot of like a lot of double edge type of energy. Capricorn new moon, definitely setting new intentions. Your sights are higher with Capricorn new moon, but you're also coming to some type of resolution when it comes to closure, like understanding of something, closure, so that you can start new chapters. All right. So blame card comes out. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Capricorn energy is the go. That could have something to do with overworking, overdoing yourself, overgiving. All right, now let's look at New Year's resolutions. So as you work through these 2 new moons and full moon in December, let's combine the energies. Like, what does all of this cause you to create? What type of New Year's resolution are you going to focus on through this energy? 2 cards came out, surrender and self-esteem. So I can release my need to control, and I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Vanessa. I hope that was helpful. Next, we have Star Luba. I can't pick Star Luba because, you know, the chat's not working. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Michelle, will you Star Luba me? Thank you. All right, Star Luba, cosmic influence. Let's start with that Sagittarius new moon. Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Large amounts of freedom. This is like big takeoff. Definitely could be breaking free from something. Sagittarius new moon. The Sagittarius energy just wants to go. It just wants to go. I know we say, like, when we see the Temperance card, that healing takes time, and Sagittarius energy is slow moving energy, and it's true. It takes time, but it's on the move. It's on the move. Like, it's always wanting to go, 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 more, more, more. So you could have recently also, like, we're not even quite at this energy yet. So it's like you could have recently broke free from something, and as this first of the month, like after this new moon comes in, you expand on that. So it's like maybe I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know, maybe, okay, here's a perfect example. When I um left the summer job and came back to PLR full time, I had to kind of like wean my way down, right? Until I was only working there 1 day a week to do the activities on Saturdays, and then I got more time to work on my PLR, right? It's like you're breaking free from something, it's giving you freedom to do something else. All right, let's look at that Gemini full moon coming in the middle of the month. I feel like this Gemini full moon is going to be an eye opener type of moon for a lot of us. A lot of clarity comes in with this full moon. It's like we're able to see things for what it truly is. The surrender card coming back out. I can release my need to control. And so you could be getting some clarity and different things that you're trying to um, control or manage. It's like you could be too over analytical of something, overthinking of something. All right, let's look at the Capricorn new moon coming in on the 30th. I have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. So that's that moon where, again, double-edged sword. So it's like you're letting something go, but you're bringing something in at the same time. And the fact that it's talking about the creative aspects of the mind tells me the Gemini full moon really made some type of impact. And I feel like it's very possible. We talked about this too as well. Um, the the envisioning when you're manifesting, especially with these um, very powerful, the two new moons in December. All right, so let's wrap this energy up and let's look at the New Year's resolution. We have honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others. We've seen that earlier, but I can't expect it from myself. And we also have the happiness card. I think it's about being honest with what actually makes you happy. And it says, I am aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. All right, so I'm going to leave that one there. I hope that was helpful. Dream Sequa. Dream Sequa is over on YouTube as well. Don't forget, guys, we're doing that giveaway tonight. Let's go ahead and close the list, by the way, after Shan L. Let me go grab that. Let me grab the close list. Okay, well, apparently not. I just can't find it. Okay. All right. Yes, list is closed. Thank you, Michelle. Moderator ladies, moderators were supposed to pick $10 readings. So Sandra and Michelle, let me know if we're wanting to do cosmic influence or if you want to pick one of our $10 readings. Also Dream Sequa, and that's where we are right now. Something I want to try to do more often because I feel like I love that you guys try to help me, but I feel like it's important that you're able to get readings as well. All right, so right now we're at Dream Sequa. Yes, ma'am. All right, now which one? We had, look, I'll show them to you. All right, so we have the Mercury interference one because, Mercury is going to interfere. So you can see that spread. She says she'll take Mercury. Perfect. All right. We also have the Gemini full moon. Can you handle the truth one? I definitely wanted to call this one "You Can't Handle the Truth." Like the movie. with Tom Cruise. What's that movie? Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right. So she wants the Mercury influence. Oh, did we jump? Am I jumping again? She wants the Gemini. Okay. It's okay. I have it right here. All right, Dream Sequel. Here we go. Let me get. Sweet. Okay. All right, Gemini full moon for Dream Sequel. Our newest moderator. Thank you, Dream Sequel. All right, let's look at where you're being pulled in 2 different directions. Where you're being pulled in 2 different directions. All right, so we have 4 of Cups coming out. 4 of Cups is that card that says you could be ignoring something or not paying attention to something. You could be trying to manifest as well. 4 of Cups also talks about like having all the ingredients. Y'all, I cannot get over the smell of that candle. But 4 of Cups is that energy that is about setting intention and then calling forth what it is that you want. It's about, again, having all the ingredients to manifest what you want. So being pulled in so many different directions, Gemini full moon, I feel like it's very possible it's more about the intention. And I think that the full moon is going to allow you to set an intention and then focus in that direction. All right, let's look at the truth that you're struggling to see. We have 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is a victory. It's actually a specific type of victory. It talks about being noticed or recognized for something. I think people are seeing you in a more courageous, like she says, warrior, this person, like she looks like she's ready for battle type of energy. So it's like, I think people see you in this light, and maybe that's something that you're struggling to see. Okay, let's look at how the truth will set you free. We have Judgment. It's going to allow you to follow your purpose. Strong Scorpio energy. Let's look at who will help. It's too many. Page of Cups, page energy. Someone young, student. I'm kind of getting a little bit of like mind energy. It's like someone who is also having a spiritual awakening, someone who's giving you a small offer, maybe someone who has some types of feelings. So interesting. I feel like all of this energy is about you. It's really directed at like one energy, and then this is like a separate energy. All right, let's look at life after the truth is exposed. We have Page of Coins, a new offer. All right, Dream Sequel, let's go back with the Soul's Journey cards. Where are you being pulled in too many directions? The Failure card comes out. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So you could feel like you just have too much coming together at one time. You could feel like things are getting overwhelmed and you could have a fear of failure. I think the truth that you're struggling to see is definitely something about like your own confidence, but the Courage card comes out, same thing. Six of Wands. Wands energy is fire, passion, courage, right? It says, I find the inner strength to face the fear with confidence. So big confirmation of what I was feeling there. I think the truth will set you free by allowing you to follow your purpose, hearing your calling. I think it allows you to understand who you really are. The Humor card comes out. It says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. I think like once you start following your purpose, Dream Sequa, you get this energy like you're in alignment and it's like and you have less to worry about. When we surrender to our awakening, we have free will, y'all. We have free will. So like you can have a spiritual awakening and you can be like, F that, I'm not gonna do that. And you can just go back to the way your life was before whatever that trauma was. And you can ignore that trauma and pretend like it's not bothering you. Now, will it fester and like build up inside you and cause like, sometimes it even causes like disease and physical ailments and sickness? Like, yeah, absolutely. But again, we have free will. So it's like when you surrender and you start following purpose, you feel like you're in this alignment that causes you to feel like you're not causing yourself to be ill or causing more problems. It's like the road gets smoother type of energy. It's a lot easier to find and connect with energies like humor and making things lighter, maybe things feeling not so heavy. And the Page of Cups energy definitely threw me off. I felt like this was somebody else's energy. I felt like a young energy who this will help. It's like someone that you care deeply for. Someone again younger is the energy. I mean, this could be children as well, but I'm not really. It's almost like someone who wants to learn as much as you do. They want to fill or replenish their cup as much as you do. It could be like minds. It could just be meeting someone at some type of group, but it does kind of give this energy of someone who's younger, not at their fullest potential. The Fear card comes out, so this person could cause you a lot of fear, especially if like they're like interested in a more emotional type of way or a romantic type of way, and you're like, I'm not necessarily know if I'm ready for that. It says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. All right, life after the truth is exposed, which is honestly, I feel like the way you see yourself, you could be like, I think that you think that other people see you in a certain type of light because of what you've went through, but in all reality, they see you as very courageous, someone who's won a battle and is going to win, right? Life after the truth is exposed, new offer. Look at the self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. All right, let's pull a guidance card. I'm going to stick with the James Van Praagh Power of Love activation. I mean, it is the twins full moon after all. Action. You have the courage, again, the word courage, Dream Sequa, to express the unique loving colors of your soul. And humility is on the bottom. You have developed a loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same, but on different paths. All right, I'm going to leave that right there, Dream Sequel. I hope that was helpful. I love you so much, and thank you so much for helping. All right, so I show Jenna next. Does that sound right? Jenna, Sandra, Michelle, and Sean L. Am I saying that right? If she waits so patiently, that'll be the one for sure. All right, Jenna is getting cosmic influences. All right, let's mix it up with Jenna. Let's mix it up a little bit. Let's check out the Shamanic Healing Oracle. I like the artwork on these cards. I swear I thought I clicked it where it said, oh, it's because I turned the video off. All right. Sagittarius new moon. What's expanding for Jenna? I just remembered your pet. I got to see everybody's pets over on Facebook. Last week I made a post showing our new kittens. And I asked all of you guys to share your soul guards. So I got to see everyone's pets. All right, so Sagittarius new moon, burdens comes out. It is 10, so it is giving me this energy of like some burden coming to a completion. That could be the intention you're setting with the new moon to help you escape something or get out of something, crawl out of something. It's giving me that energy. All right, let's look at Gemini full moon for Jenna. Gemini full moon coming in the middle of the month. Look at this, reunion of souls. It is the Gemini full moon. I mean, don't be too surprised, y'all. I imagine there'll be a lot of reunion energies in the month of December. All right, let's look at the Capricorn new moon coming in on the 30th. It's about setting your sights higher. Self-love comes out. I love it. more focus on self-care, nurturing yourself, really processing your emotions. All right, so put all this energy together and let's look at how you create or what you create for your New Year's resolution. We have slow but steady, slow but steady. So New Year's resolution is keep going, right? Don't overdo. Slow and steady wins the race. I even said those words earlier, remember? All right, Jenna, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. Sandra is next. I love them. Love them. Oh my gosh. They stayed home inside while we were gone, y'all. So like we were all really nervous. We didn't know what we were gonna come home to. And I just want to say, like, we got them the litter box and all the things, but we really didn't have time to like um really spend too much time with getting them to like use the litter box. And so we were definitely like really scared. They did use it a couple of times before we left, so we knew that they knew where it was at and that they at least were having some basic normal animal instinct to go use it. But when we came home, they totally used the litter box. There was no mess. The house didn't stink. I was like, oh my God, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. They did eat all of their food, so I'm not sure how long we set out like extra food because with the cats, it's like I can fill up their bowl and they kind of just eat, until they're full and they walk away and they come back and they walk away and they come back. So I feel like I gave them enough to last, the weekend, but it was empty when we got home. So I don't know. I don't know if they like overgorged themselves and went 2 days with nothing or but they weren't like, I don't know, they didn't seem like they were, completely starving or anything. So I feel like they did all right. Still had the water. I was so nervous about leaving them home alone, but they did great. All right, Sandra is getting the Mercury reading. Mercury influence. All right, Sandra, get the right name on. Thank you, Michelle. All right, so the first thing I'm looking at is misunderstandings that hinder growth. Misunderstandings that hinder growth. The service card comes out. I feel good when I can help others. The misunderstanding could be that you think you're not helping others, or you think you're supposed to help someone. And whatever the misunderstanding, whichever one it is, it's keeping you from being able to move forward in your own journey. Took a minute for that card to come out, so it was pretty specific. All right, opportunity to repeat conversations. Opportunity to repeat conversations. So it's like you could have had a conversation about something to someone and maybe they didn't understand. Maybe you didn't understand. Maybe you didn't get it all out. You didn't say everything that you needed to say. You have the trust card. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. I feel like it's like you didn't say what you needed to say. So it's definitely giving me this energy, like trust that that won't happen this time. Like this time you'll be able to get it all out. All right, reinforcement to bring clarity. Reinforcement can come in different ways. It could come through friends, through spiritual guidance, through signs and synchronicities. Reinforcement to bring clarity. You have the honesty card coming out. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Someone could speak truth to you, and that could reinforce the clarity that you're getting from who you're either over helping or under helping. All right. Conversations that will bring healing. Conversations that will bring healing in this situation. Conversation that will bring healing in this situation. Doubt comes out. I release the need to know all the answers. So I feel like that's not necessarily about the conversation. That's giving me a little bit of energy of like what happens after the conversation. I think it's very possible. I think it's possible that you're doubting having a conversation with someone that either you're over helping or under helping. And I think that doubt, like the conversation has to happen so some type of healing can occur. And the doubt could definitely be hindering that situation. All right, let's see. Misunderstanding that hinders growth. I feel good when I help others. Page of Cups. It's the I'm sorry card. Small offer. I'm not at its fullest potential. I think it's possible that someone feels like they need an apology or deserves an apology. I think you've given that apology. And I think it's possible this is the misunderstanding that's hindering your growth, right? This is what's in this position. I think it's possible that because you don't realize that you've already given it and you continue to give it over and over, this apology is kind of keeping you, it could definitely be keeping you like stuck, repeated cycle. All right, opportunity to repeat conversations. I feel like you didn't get something all the way out the first time. 7 of Cups. I feel like you could be getting some clarity or understanding, like different options that you have available to you, different ways to express how you feel about something. Reinforcement to bring clarity. You have the honesty card. 10 of Wands, being honest about your burdens, the weight that it's added to your shoulders, how much you've carried something or how long you've carried something. All right, conversations that bring healing. We have the doubt card. I feel like you're just doubting that you're able to have the conversation or that the conversation will happen. Ace of Swords is a yes. So it's like confirmation that that's what it is, but it's also new clarity. And guess what? It's new communication. New communication. The doubt card says, I release the need to know all the answers. So it's like you could be wanting to know, how is this conversation going to turn out? Where is it going to go for me? Right? Like you could be definitely um, trying to figure that out, in spirit saying, like, that shouldn't matter. It may not even go the way that like you want it to or expect it to, but like the conversation still has to be had. All right, so guidance for this reading is in 3 parts. I'm going to do an angel and ancestors. It's guidance for this situation, Sandra. And then we're going to do a higher self one. And I'm going to use the sacred traveler. And then we're going to do the angel inspiration for spiritual guidance. So let's start with angels and ancestors. What do your angels and ancestors say about this conversation, about this communication? And again, prepare to deal with the situation throughout the month. Prepare to find clarity and understanding with the situation throughout the entire month. You have High Priest, intend and create, and the Hermit, retreat and recharge, is on the bottom. The High Priest gives me like mentor vibes with this oracle set, or like the Hierophant vibes. Something about your spiritual beliefs. But I do believe that the guidance is that you need to retreat and recharge. Higher self guidance. Stepping into power, yes. It says you are strong beyond measure. You are strong beyond measure. Will you be tested? Yes, absolutely. Should you have faith while you're having the clarity, understanding conversation? Yes, absolutely. All right, spiritual guidance. To close it out, we have Archangel Camille. And Archangel Camille comes out when unconditional love is needed. And you see Archangel Zakiel. Archangel Zakiel comes out when compassion, understanding, and forgiveness is needed. All right, Sandra, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was reading. I hope that reading was helpful. All right, it is Michelle's turn. Thank you all for hanging out with me for so long. I love the mind blown emoji, Sandra. I love you. All right, so we have Michelle and Sean L. Did we ever decide if I was saying her name right? And is she still with us? Did she stay, wait patiently? Let me know. Let me know. All right, Michelle's getting Mercury. And guys, Tuesday I will be back, and most likely we will be doing an all 12 signs on Tuesday, just to help me catch up. I do have a couple one-on-ones that I squeezed in this week. And I will be opening those back up next week. After the holidays. So guys, if you're looking for a personal reading, private readings, you can find those over in the Etsy shop, and there is that 30% sale going on through the first week of December. It is the cyber sale. And Sean is still there. Am I saying it right? Is it Sean? All right, Michelle. Mercury's influence. All right, the Shamanic Healing Oracle, Michelle. Let's look at misunderstandings that may hinder growth. Perception. The yin yang sign is sticking out to me strongly. It's your perception of your twin journey and the growth that has come through the twin journey, the balancing out of the masculine and feminine. There could be some misunderstanding there that's hindering your growth, but I think it's just being aware of how far you've come. Let's look at opportunity to revisit conversations. Integration comes out. So I'm kind of getting this energy of being able to implement what you know, what you've learned. The snake is sticking out to me in the picture. We were just talking about the snake, Michelle. It could have something to do with shedding old skin. That is what the snake has been representing to me. Integration definitely giving me this energy of like implementing and like using things that you know, putting them together. It's number 33 as well. The next card I'm looking at is reinforcement to bring clarity, and I feel like several were trying to come out. I'm going to take one, and we have retreat coming out. Retreat number 40. The bird is sticking out to me. It's got something to do with a message. It's almost like a little birdie told me type of message is what I'm getting. So it's like someone could tell you something, bring you a small message that gives you clarity, confirmation. All right, let's look at conversations that bring healing. You could be having some conversations that bring healing through the month of December. You have it's all good. I cannot believe that's in there. Number 18. It's all good is something that's like really was something that was really common in my own journey. The interesting part was it wasn't ever really all good, right? It was like this saying that people say when it's, you know, not all good. So it kind of gives me this energy like someone could have said that to you, like, oh, it's all good. But it's like now you're gonna get an opportunity to revisit that situation and see that maybe, you know, it wasn't all good to begin with. And that could be from you, or it could be like if someone said that to you. All right, let's pull some guidance. Ooh, that's wrong. I'm going to clarify. Let's look at the misunderstandings that hinder growth. We've seen perception. I've seen the yin yang sign. The leaves on the bottom is kind of giving me like spiritual growth. I feel like you're not seeing how far you've come in a situation. Look at that, Knight of Wands. Knights are courageous, have to travel to unknown lands. Wands is about what you're passionate about. It could be about being excited to learn new things. I want to say travel to new places, but I don't think it's actually like physical travel. The opportunity to repeat conversations. We have integration. So it was this energy of implementing something. Talked about it, made a plan, but maybe didn't implement, and that's what's going to happen now. The snake did stick out. It could have something to do with shedding old skin, old habits, things that aren't serving you. Four of Swords comes out. Four of Swords is about blessing and disguise. My ears are ringing. Could be taking a redirection with this energy as well. I almost dropped it. Five of Cups is coming out for reinforcement to bring a clarity. And it was the retreat charge. It was this energy of like a little birdie. There is something here of like loss or despair. Someone could be missing someone. All right, conversations that bring healing. We got the it's all good. And it's definitely this energy like whoever said that was being sarcastic. Maybe they didn't want to like get into it. They didn't want to talk about something. And it's like now you get an opportunity to, you know, talk about it. Ace of Swords comes out. So like big confirmation. It's new communication. All right, so now we're going to pull guidance for this situation. I'm going to start with the angels and ancestors. The eagles see from a higher perspective, so big confirmation. I feel like we're seeing a lot of that. Star ancestors on the bottom, follow the voice of your soul. All right, now I'm going to pull some higher self guidance. What is your higher self telling you to do in this situation? You have Desert Passage. Trust that there is a divine plan. Staying focused is on the bottom. It says hold the course. All right, Michelle, angel inspiration. So spiritual guidance for this situation. What is Spirit going to ask you to do in this situation? Be discerning comes out, and it's number 13. All right, I'm going to leave that right there, Michelle. I hope that was helpful. All right, Sean L. It is your turn. If you waited so very patiently, please say hi to me in the comments. And I actually offer a cosmic influence. Chon, is it Chon? Chon. So like a S, the sh, or a ch. One or two. Genesis, I'm sorry, I dozed off. I love you, Jenna. People are always telling me my voice puts them to sleep. I honestly don't see how, but Yes, it is. It is marked with your name. It's Chan. I love it. Thank you for telling me. I'm always so nervous, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm saying it wrong. All right, so cosmic influence is where we're going to look at the whole month of December, and we're looking at the different moons. So I'm not sure when you came in, but I talked about um, our December transits at the beginning of this live. So after your reading, if you missed that part, I would definitely say go check it out. I went over actually all the transits for December, but we touched on Sagittarius new moon, Gemini full moon, and this Capricorn new moon. Of course, guys, we will get more in depth as those energies get closer, right, in our weekly readings. But John, let's look at Sagittarius new moon for you. It comes in on December 1st. Honestly, it's, November 30th, December 1st. Really just depends on where you're at in the world. It's either going to be really late on the 30th or super early on the 1st. For us here in the US, early morning on the 1st. So Sagittarius new moon for Chan. I've seen it. You have the courage card. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So Sagittarius new moon is going to cause you to want to expand and experience life in ways you haven't experienced it before. Again, we talked about that energy at the beginning. So it's like maybe you're someone who's been sheltered or held back in some way. And it's like Sagittarius new moon gives you this boost of confidence to like go out and explore new areas or new things. All right, let's look at Gemini full moon. So Gemini full moon is going to come in middle of the month. For those of us that are on this very specific type of spiritual awakening journey, this Gemini full moon is going to be probably one of the more powerful moons. I know it's not a super moon, but for those of us on this type of spiritual awakening journey, the Gemini full moon could definitely feel like a super moon, which just means that all of those full moon energies are impacted, like, multiplied times 1,000, right? And because it's Gemini, the house of the twin, and it's also like the energy of contemplation, understanding, clarity, and of course, communication. Definitely a very powerful full moon. My ears are ringing again. All right, both ears too. It's not like it's just one or the other. Let's look at middle of the month, Gemini full moon for Chan. We have the regret card. I know that I cannot change the past. So if you're experiencing this type of spiritual awakening journey, which I'm just saying most likely you are, and that's why you were drawn to me. And I know I make the jokes that like we do these lives and spirit draws people to us that are having this type of awakening journey. And then it's like we did this live for that person. I joke about that, but that's actually like a really true thing. But I feel like you could have regrets when it comes to maybe staying stuck in a situation and not expanding previously. But it could also be about regrets in what you have or haven't done in your own awakening journey. All right, let's look at Capricorn new moon. So this new moon, two new moons, right? But this Capricorn new moon is going to come in at the end of the month. And Chan, this is more of a, I've been saying it's a little bit of like the double-edged sword type of energy, because the Capricorn, the new moon is like you're setting new intentions, you want new things to come in. But every once in a while, we experience these new moons that are so powerful that we're also being asked to release something at the same time. Here's what I'm going to say, guys. It's never like people, places, or things. It's always going to be like bad habits, negative ideas, incorrect perspectives on situations, right? Like that's what's being asked to be removed, Capricorn new moon. So in other words, like if you've been working really hard on something, you've been climbing this mountain to get to something, and you're in this energy of the mountain is too big, it's too challenging, there's always too many obstacles. The Capricorn new moon could give you this energy to show you that you're a lot closer to the top than you thought, right? Like that definitely could be something like that. You have friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. That's so interesting. Here's a trick, guys. Here's a trick to do um with all the people in your life, honestly. Pay attention to their either their sun, moon, or rising. And if you notice, like there for a while, I noticed that I was, surrounded by Scorpios. I mean, just surrounded. And what do Scorpios do? They're death and rebirth. So it's like I went through all this massive transformation in my life. My life does not look anything like it did when I first started the spiritual awakening journey, right? Um, so that's why all the Scorpios were there, because I had to go through this deep internal transformation, this ending of old chapters, right? And rebirth of new chapters. If you're noticing a lot of Aries, so I'm in Aries, I have a lot of Aries in my chart. So if you're noticing a lot of Aries coming around, well, they're coming around because you need like a fire lit under you. You need something to get you excited again or get you moving again, right? Um, it could have like, they could be showing you how to take the lead in certain situations in your life, right? That could definitely be a thing. All right, so let's wrap all of this energy up together and let's look at what you make for a New Year's resolution. New Year's resolution. I think in the month of December, you could be finding more confidence to explore new energies, whether that's with people or places. Maybe it's just about expanding um, inner circle, the friendship card. We pick that energy up with the transits as well. The regret card for that full moon is definitely throwing me off a little bit, Chan. It says, I know that I cannot change my past. If you are having like a certain type of spiritual awakening journey where like someone catapulted your awakening, and you feel like a strong connection to that person, you could definitely have some regrets in that department. Maybe you feel like you should have said more or done more, or maybe you feel like you should have said less or done less, right? All right, let's pull some New Year's resolutions for Sean. New Year's resolution. Have the surrender card come out. I can release my need to control. I can release my need to control. And the health card is on the bottom. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Oh, interesting. I feel like that's something that happens to us when we are in Dark Night of the Soul. When we start purging all of the lower vibrational negativity out, it's like we're cleaning the vessel out, and then we start pouring, all of the good things like self-love and self-care and healing, meditation, and all those good things back in, right? All right, guys, I'm going to leave it right there, John. I hope that reading was helpful, and welcome to our tribe. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for me if you haven't already, especially if the message hit home, right? All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. It has been a long weekend for me. I'm so excited to go crawl in bed. But I do have some special plans for this week, so make sure to keep an eye out on the community tab channel for me. I do feel like we're going to be doing an all 12 signs, most likely on Tuesday night. That's my most open evening. And then Thursday night, I'll be back and we'll do something fun. Maybe a pick a card or something like that. And then of course, Sunday night I will be back again with Love and Astrology, and we'll look at that second week and get a little bit more fine tuned with the December astrology, right? But we did go over all of the transits earlier in the live, so if you missed it, go check that out. And that's it, guys. I love y'all. Don't forget Cyber Sale and the Etsy shop, 30% off if you're looking for personal or private readings. And the links for all of that stuff is always in the description box. Oh, you know what? I'm trying to wrap it up. We didn't do the giveaway. You guys were gonna let me go. We didn't do the giveaway. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. Jenna. Jenna wins, y'all. Jenna wins our romance angels. Jenna, if you're still awake, you are the lucky winner. Thank you, everyone who participated. Guys, we're going to be doing several giveaways through the month of December, so make sure to join us, especially on Sunday night when we're doing love and astrology. All right, now I'm going to wrap it up, and I will see everyone Tuesday night. I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.